Hello, everybody. Wow, there are a lot of people in the comments.
Happy
Holy
Friday.
cow.
What are we at right now?
Fire Queen.
What are we at right now? It says 49 waiting, but...
Fire Queen.
There are a lot of people
Whoa.
in the comments.
Happy
Holy
Friday.
cow.
What are we at right
Make
now?
it stop.
Oh, holy moly. There it goes.
That's how much of a delay we have. Fire Queen. That's a cool name. Netherlands. Awesome. We have Cameron and Joseph. Joseph is always here. We have GFT Woodcraft, also always here. Lori. Lori is in the Handmade Alpha Academy, and she's about to launch a new collection. And I'm so freaking excited because of all the branding. I'm part of like her niche. So when I look at her branding, it just speaks to me because I'm kind of in that like, you know, darker, more gothy style niche. And I love her shop and I can't wait for you guys to see what she has coming. Who else do we have here today? We have Courtney at the Peaceful Hippie. Look what Mark is wearing. You can't really
see it.
We had a lady at Walmart yesterday, little old lady in like one of the scooters at the front, and we walked in and she went, "I like your Adam," and I couldn't figure out what the heck she was talking about. She was referring to.
Our voices were kind of sharp. No, our
Is it because they heard playback?
Yeah, it's probably because you guys heard playback. I don't know. Are our voices sound really different?
Do we sound okay?
Do we sound okay?
Are we all right?
Do I need to put the sound back on and mute the mic and check it?
For those who are joining us for the very first time, we hang out for the first 10 minutes of every
same.
stream.
Your voice is super low. Okay, I'm going to mute the mic real quick and listen to myself. So
1 second.
1 sec.
Joining us for the
What in the world? Hold on. Let's fix this. What the crap is happening?
Are we still low?
Let's move to that and then let's go back to that.
I thought it was a joke.
No, it's not a joke. I have no idea what's happening right now. You both sound sick. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Hold on.
All right.
All right, we fixed it. I don't know what that was.
Do we sound okay?
Mark sounds like a DJ.
Do we sound all right now? What
okay.
I don't know what.
All right, we fixed.
Okay, yeah, I don't.
All right, well, now that we've wasted the first 3 minutes of this stream sounding like Amazonians.
All I did was switch mics and back, and it sounds better now. So it must have been something in the software.
I don't know.
It had to have been Google's end.
Welcome, everybody. This is how you know it's really live. So as I was saying, we hang out for the first 10 minutes of every stream. We give news. We give announcements. However, if you're watching the replay, you're free to fast forward. I would have said that sooner, but apparently I needed a soothing throat lozenge because I was sounding a little crazy there for a minute. So news, guys. We have about 2 weeks until... And they've actually changed the name so we can advertise on Facebook, but it is called, and we didn't get demonetized, so I can't say it. It's called Bitchcraft Fair. They went ahead and also created another page called Crafty Witch Fair, just because Facebook would not allow us to boost posts because of the name that the event coordinator chose. But it is the same event. I will be speaking there. There will be 2 presentations that I will be hosting. We found out that I will actually have the event room a lot longer than what we thought. So we're probably going to do like a long meet and greet and maybe like a public Q&A Etsy themed session. Since my presentations aren't necessarily Etsy themed, they're more like motivational. So if you want to work one-on-one with me, ask some questions, we will probably have a little bit of extra time to do that. I just don't have specific times yet. I will be sorting those out this week. But that event is on October 28th in Columbus, Ohio. Link to get the tickets is down below. Those tickets are for the whole event, like for the shopping and the food and everything. So you don't have to pay a separate price to come see me. It's all included. And just disclaimer, I'm not being paid for this event.
Nope.
I'm coming to hang out with you guys because I love you very, very much. And we have couple alphas who are vending there. Not to mention, at each of the 2 live presentations that I'm going to be doing, I'm giving away 2 scholarships to the Handmade Alpha Academy. These are not the scholarships, they're just symbolic representations of the scholarships, but whoever wins them will be taking them home. And they say, I am Alpha Strong, Handmade Alpha Academy class of 2019, because ultimately that is the class that you'll be getting in on if you win. These scholarships are worth $2,000 each, so it's going to be like crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys are interested, down below in the description, it'll say see more. Click see more, scroll all the way down to the bottom, look for the Halloween emojis, and you'll find the link to buy tickets. I'm super excited to meet some of you.
Eddie the Metal Chick said, I wanted to be there, but Gwar has a concert up here the same day. Is it really Gwar anymore, though, with the member changes and all that? I mean, the event's
at
if you still like them, it doesn't matter.
The event's at like 11 a.m. So 11 to 7.
If they're up there, they're probably talking like Michigan or something.
All right.
You should come see my band on the 11th of November. We're the only metal band that's going to be playing that night. So come out and give us some support.
They'll be playing
with Tantric and Wayland at the Courtyard in Dayton, Ohio.
His band is The Rendering Silence. You can find
Facebook.com/The Rendering Silence.
You can find them on Facebook. If you want to hang out with me yet again, we have tickets for $25. You can message me. You can message him. You can email us at starla@handmadealphaacademy.com. You can message the band page. We got tickets all over the place. If you want tickets, we got tickets.
Yeah,
so.
Except we're the only metal band playing that night. So
yeah.
Just be aware of that.
We're not like metally metal.
We're kind of like in between Mudvayne and All That Remains.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle of there.
Yeah, they don't fit like the tantric genre.
No, not at all.
Do your best tantric impression?
I don't have one. That was your dad.
Oh yeah, I guess my dad was the one who had
just
the great tantric.
Anything sounding like Creed a little bit.
Sure. All right, guys. Let's see. Is the Handmade Alpha Academy solely for Etsy? Yes. So if you switch to Shopify, please do not enroll in Handmade Alpha Academy, which is opening in December. And if you're a member of the Handmade Alpha VIPs, link down below if you want to join, totally free. It is my email list. You will get a big, fat, giant, huge discount right when we open. So, and then for alphas who know about the discount already, who know how big it is, type in the comments to let everybody know that it's big, but don't say like what it is, because I want it to be a surprise. It's a secret. Shh. It's going to be like a big Christmas morning surprise, except it's going to be more like around December 1st. We haven't sorted out the exact date yet. So
we'll figure it out.
But we will have lots of opportunities to ask questions about Handmade Alpha Academy. We will have Q&As. We will have testimonials. We will have success stories. We will have everything in the whole wide world. And for alphas who are members of the Handmade Alpha Academy, don't forget to submit your videos for our Alpha of the Year award. We are giving away either an $800 Google Pixel 3, which isn't even out yet, but we're going to get you one if you win, or an $800 DSLR Nikon.
I can't remember the exact model number. It's nice.
A nice
and
camera.
It comes with 2 lenses as well.
So it'll be your choice. Alpha of the Year. Make sure that you submit a video. All the details for that are either in your email inbox if you haven't found it already, or you can just find the announcement post in the Handmade Alpha Academy student campus if you would like to enter that. And for alphas who are enrolling in December, you will have an opportunity next year, and I'm sure that we will have another fabulous prize lined up for you guys. All right, we've got about 1 minute. Do we have any questions like that just so far? I know that Bethany asked if it was solely for Etsy. The microphone's right in front of the screen, so I can't really see it. Or are we ready for trends? Trends? Trends?
Do the videos have to be fancy?
No.
No.
No,
of course
not at all. Just you talking.
We're not going to judge you based on your video editing skills. That alone in itself doesn't have anything to do with us. We don't teach you how to edit videos. So.
Right. It's not about like the fanciness. It's more about your story and your drive and like who has like the most amazing success story ever. So just get up and talk. It'll
be fair, unbiased, all that fun stuff. Trends. All right, let's do trends.
All right, it is noon on the dot. Let's talk about some of the trends, and I'm going to be showing you some trends that I've noticed. Now, I know that we just did our fall trends video, but it seems like fall trends come out a lot later because it's summer. People don't really want to think about fall yet. They want to soak in the last little bit of fall or of summer. But then winter trends hit like right when fall begins. So that's why we're putting this video, you know, beginning of fall, so you have a chance to actually act on some of these trends if you're doing product lines, or you have to think a little bit abstractly about these, because you don't necessarily have to make product lines surrounding these trends. Use them in your advertising. Jump on a trend, but just use it in marketing. Maybe, for example, we'll say like llamas are trending. Maybe like Photoshop a picture of a product that you sell onto a llama. It's as easy as that. You don't necessarily have to make products that are trending if it's not possible for you. But we're going to have a lot of different trends that cover colors, fabrics, themes, and all kinds of goodies for you soon. So,
Sencross said it's still 26 Celsius here in Germany and Christmas stuff is everywhere. Yeah, do you have that in freedom units?
We don't speak Celsius. Do you know what that temperature is in freedom units?
We like freedom units. What is that in freedom units?
Oh, man. All right, everybody, if you don't have your pencil or pen or paper out, now is the time, because I'm going to be reading off of this giant list that I have found for you. And then we're going to head over to Pinterest with a screen share so I can kind of define some of these, because some of them are a little bit confusing and I don't think that you'll be able to use them properly unless you actually see the trends. And then we're going to move over to Target, because Target.com, like the Target, is the best place to find trends. They almost come up with the trends. Like, they're the ones who think of the trends. So, all right, so let's start. Decor and themes this year. Big one that I'm seeing everywhere is glitter. Glitter on everything. Things just saturated in glitter. Like, you touch it and it's just glittery. Glittery ornaments, glittery stockings, glittery Christmas trees, the holiday trees, winter tree, solstice tree. Please don't yell.
Crimbus bush.
Crimbus bush. Glitter. So glitter on everything. Glitter wine glasses, glitter tumblers, just glitter everywhere. Okay.
Glitter yarmulkes.
And right next to glitter are sequins. And that, I mean, obviously those reversible sequins, I don't know if you've seen those, but you push the sequins one direction and it shows like one color, and then you can push them up the other way and it shows a different color. My daughter's obsessed with those, but I'm noticing just sequins in general on clothing, on all fabric. So if you make anything out of fabric and you can find some fabric with some sequins on it, I think that is one to definitely take note of.
I need either the Patrick one where he's making his stupid face where it's like all red and then you reverse it and it's white with the Patrick on it. Or I want the Nicolas Cage one. They have one of those too.
What, a sequin Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, where it's just a plain color, and then when you flip it the other way, it's the picture. They print the picture onto the sequins.
Oh, that's
I don't know how they do that, but it's really creative.
And then we also, this is one that it kind of comes back every year, so it's no big surprise, but vintage Santas, like those old school Coca-Cola style Santas, those are really big this year. All of the vintage and kind of rustic holiday looks are really big.
They have at what is that waterfall we have up here?
What, Clifton Mill?
Clifton Mill, yeah. They have that big Santa display with all the classic Santas in there.
Yeah, if you live in the Ohio area, look up the Clifton Mill. It is the biggest light display ever. It's like they have, I think, 1 million lights or something ridiculous, but we go every year. So vintage Santa. Another one that is huge in decor is burlap. I've seen burlap wrapped around Christmas trees. I've seen burlap, like napkin rings, placemats, table runners. So anything, Santa bags, to put presents in, little ornaments. So anything that you can do in burlap. Burlap is super duper big this year. Needle felt. I know we have a lot of needle felters. If you don't know what needle felt is, it's not a craft that you're just going to be able to pick up. So, don't spend a lot of time thinking over it too much. But if you are a needle felter, this is your time, because needle felt ornaments are huge this year. And there's even specific needle felt like creatures that are trending that I'll be showing you in just a little bit.
Are deer still in? Deer are always in.
Deer, oh yeah. And we're not going to cover
here. I don't know about other places in the world, but here for sure.
I'm not going to cover the trends that are still trending from fall, where we talked about like deer and, you know, I mean, those are the things that are always around, and Santa Clauses and, you know, things like that. Other than the vintage Santas, I try to not give you guys like the obvious, because obviously Christmas trees and Santas and polar bears and penguins, of course, those are trending. So we try to not, you know, and reindeer obviously will be trending too. Chubby birds with little hats and little scarves. I'm seeing them in paintings and on canvases and on cards and ornaments with little chubby birds. And I've got an example to show you in just a few minutes. But little fat birds with little hats and little scarves are all over the place. And it's so cute. Like, we were just looking at cute little birds.
I always preferred wet felting. That term just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Wet felt. Imagine felting. Touching wet felt.
That sounds like a wet fart.
Wet fart.
Wet felting.
Wet felting. I'm assuming that that's another form of
like a post enema fart, wet felting.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm a comedian, guys. Anyway.
Sorry for those who are joining us for the very first time. He's nasty.
It's a good intro to figure out what you're going to be hearing for a while. We like to keep it professional.
He's nasty. So needle
glitter, microplastics are bad. Eco
yes,
glitter is good.
I
We
agree
with you. We're just telling you what the trends are.
We don't buy.
I hate glitter. I don't like sequins.
Yeah, glitter is literally destroying our ecosystem. But
I don't complain usually a lot in these videos, because then other people start to complain that I'm complaining. So
you can get biodegradable glitter though. And that would be like a major selling point if you're using glitter to advertise it.
That was funny.
If you advertise that you're using eco-friendly glitter, like biodegradable glitters, I think that would be huge.
Yeah, she said, "You are such a guy." What gave that away?
It wouldn't be the dashing.
We should tell them about the idea that we had for our second channel real quick.
No, we'll do that at the end.
We'll do that at the end.
We have an idea for a new channel that we're going to be starting for comedy. But all right, so let's get back on to the thing. The thing. Chubby birds with hats and scarves. I'll show you an example in a few minutes. Christmas llamas. They were big last year. All of that llama. Little holiday llamas are huge this year. I'm also seeing llamas with deer antlers. So I don't know if that's going to be like where they were putting unicorn horns on everything, if it's going to now be like llamas with little deer antlers, but I'm seeing those kind of popping up here and there. So it might be something to take note of if you do like cards or plushies or prints. Plaid deer. So deer that are like 100% made out of like plaid fabrics. I'm seeing them in black and white. I'm seeing them in red and black. I'm seeing them in red, black, and green. So if you sew or if you do any type of art prints, plaid deer are really big right now. Christmas unicorns. Who knew? And they don't even need to be Christmassy. They're not like decorated in Christmas. They're just Christmas like ornament unicorns. Same with mermaids. What?
Sharon said, be careful, as drama llama is trademarked.
Drama llama. Okay. So no drama llama, but fa la 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 llama might be okay. If not, just make llamas Christmassy.
Just Google it.
Let's see. Mermaid ornaments. That's another big one. They're not necessarily like Christmas mermaids, but you know, just normal mermaids on a Christmas ornament. Fat animals, like little chubby animals with tiny little legs. Those have been big for a while. Grab your little fat guy. Where's my little fat guy? These are from Turtle. Here's my little fatty. Isn't he cute? Little fat animals. And it's not just
little
plush.
Fat, chubby dragon.
I'm seeing little fat animals all over the place. These are from Turtle, so they're not handmade. But little chubby animals. I'm seeing little chubby birds, little chubby, like little chubby foxes, little chubby owls. So if you make, you know, once again, plushies, prints, any type of sketch work, any way that you can incorporate a little chubby animal, which chubby animals are cute. We got big old fat boy kitty cat sleeping up there right now, or else I'd show him to you.
He'll come down at some point during the live stream.
Christmas sloths. It's like all the things that have been trending since summer. Everyone's like, let's put a Santa hat on them and make them Christmas trends. So Christmas slots, cupcake, ice cream, and donut trees. So like your tree, but decorated in donuts and cupcakes and ice cream. Those, I'm seeing those decorations everywhere. And I saw them a little bit last year, but this year I'm seeing like whole trees just decorated in like pastries. So that might be one to take note of. Elf on the Shelf, always big. If you can think of a way to make kits, you know how like some parents make the elf on the shelf, you know, move around and do really destructive things. I think it would be cool to make like kits to sell with the destructive thing. Like maybe like a tiny, I don't know, some kind of little mess, like little toilet paper rolls or something that you could throw everywhere. Anything that you can do for Elf on the Shelf. Make some Elf on the Shelf outfits. Make your Elf on the Shelf a bed.
Yeah, that will be a trend every year for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So.
Card games. Raunchy, funny, family card games. Not like your normal deck of cards, but just silly card games.
Man, those are so fun, especially once everybody gets their holiday drinking going.
Oh, yeah. We love Cards
man.
Against Humanity is our favorite.
No, I like the...
Exploding Kittens?
No, the meme one.
Joking Hazard?
Joking Hazard, yeah. That one's rough.
That one's by Cyanide and Happiness.
Yeah,
if you guys
if you like Cyanide and Happiness, you'll like that one a lot. I need to get their expansion kits. They've got expansions now.
RGB, which is red, green, blue. It's like those color changing lights that are rainbow. You know what I mean? Like the lights that just like fade all different color. If you work in any type of woodworking or decor and you work with lights and electricity, RGB is huge right now. And it's really easy to like make RGB stuff because you can just buy the light strips that come with the remotes and stick them to things. So that's a really easy.
And they're easy to rewire too.
Yeah.
Pay like an extra $1 for some that you can cut and wire yourself.
Yeah. Rainbow trees. So not just like rainbow ornaments all over the place, but like actual gradient, like start with red and then to orange and then to yellow, you know, and it's actually like a gradient tree. And I'll have some examples of those later. But if you sell ornament packs, it might be a good idea to either categorize them by color or offer like an assortment of rainbow colors. Ashley
said, just don't have, in quotes, Elf on the Shelf anywhere in your listing or get pulled off of Etsy. Yeah, I mean, that's
one of those things.
Trademark, copyright, whatever.
Right. You could even just list it as, you know, elf clothes or elf bed if you're making like little dollhouse furniture for them, or elf, you know, elf mess, whatever.
Ew.
Because, oh, yeah, ew. So any way that you can list it, because people might not just buy it for Elf on the Shelf. You know, for example, our daughter thinks that a leprechaun comes every St. Patrick's Day, and we always leave a leprechaun.
I don't know
mess.
where she got that from. She came up with that herself. We didn't encourage that at all. She legitimately believes a leprechaun comes every year. So
we put green icing. I put it in like a piping bag and made like a perfect little green poop on the toilet seat.
And lead coins all the way to the toilet.
Little gold coins. But see, that's an example where you don't even need to have the elf. The elf could have made a mess and left, you know. Who knows? So anyway, crushed velvet is huge this year. So if anybody makes, once again, anything out of fabric, crushed velvet, I'm seeing it in like pencil cases and pillows and clothing and blankets. I'm seeing it all over the place. I'm seeing whole couches made out of crushed velvet.
That's how trends like that happen every year. People are like, oh, here's this small thing that everybody likes on this one thing.
Let's put it on
all the things. That's what people want.
And then tropical Christmas, yellows, hot pinks, greens, turquoise, flamingos. I'm seeing like Christmassy flamingos and pineapples on Christmas trees. And I'll have some examples of those in a little bit too. And the last trending like theme that I'm noticing in decor is tin. So those, you know, we talked in the fall video about those big tin, you know, the milk jugs, the old school milk jugs. I'm seeing like tin buckets and tin ornaments and all kinds of tin themed decor. So that
especially
kind of,
if it's recycled.
Yeah. And that all goes into that farmhouse look, which we will be showing you some really cool pictures of in just a minute. All right, let's go ahead and move on to colors, and then I will show you some of these examples. So colors for the year, for fall. Neutral Christmas is what's trending right now. People are starting to kind of sway away from the cute, like, you know, Santas and cute reindeers and cute penguins and all the typical like Walmart style cute Christmas ornaments. And they're going more for grays, whites, subtle shades of green, beige. So all of these really, really neutral colors. And once again, that kind of falls into the farmhouse decor. Navy and gold. Who knew? That is another really big one that I'm noticing on a lot of, you know, holiday decor and on clothing. So that might be one to take note of. Cheetah print. I'm seeing cheetah printed stockings. I'm seeing cheetah print clothes. I'm seeing cheetah print all over the place. And I don't know if it's that 90s theme, you know, kind of playing in again, but cheetah print is big. Solids. So we talked about this a little bit in the fall video, but just solid colored outfits. Brown. I'm seeing a lot of solid, almost like a caramel brown, like kind of like a reddish brown, like full outfits. Solid grays, solid burgundy, and solid red. And for example, for the burgundy, I fell victim to that trend. I grabbed these so I could show you, but I went and bought me some burgundy Vans to get up on this trend. I actually got them to match my one burgundy slouch hat that I always wear, but burgundy is all over the place. Let's see, where did it go? Oh, white and green. That goes with that farmhouse decor, and it's a very specific shade of green. It's not like in your face green. It's a very subtle green, and I'll show you some examples in just a minute. Navy and silver. That's a big like Christmas tree trend that I'm seeing this year. Navy and silver ornaments and tinsels and you know, table decor. Copper and indigo, which I found to be kind of a weird one. And I've got some examples of that just so you can kind of see how it all ties together, because you don't think of those two colors like for the holidays. I don't think of copper and indigo, but they do look pretty good together. I think that they look really nice. And then the last one is rose pink, which we've talked about that since last year's trend video. It's still trending, and it's kind of like this color of pink. I'll have some more examples for you. And white. So rose pink paired with white for the holidays. And it gives you kind of like this sugar plum fairy look. So let's go ahead and that's pretty that these trends are not the same. Etsy told us. And you know what? I try to stay away specifically from the things that Etsy says are trending, because what I've noticed in recent years, and some of these trends will overlap, but what I've noticed in recent years on Etsy is that Etsy will say things that are trending, and every single person on Etsy will try to not just make the same type of product, but they'll try to mimic the photo styles too. If you shopped for men's gifts at any point last year, how many wooden phone stands did you find?
Oh my
The ones
God.
that hold like your phone and his watch. How many of those did you see? Or money clips? How many monogrammed engraved money clips did you see on Etsy last year searching for men's holiday gifts? I got so sick of seeing the exact same products over and over. So what I'm telling you guys is like the gold mine of trends that Etsy hasn't spoiled yet by telling everybody to go do
I
it.
don't remember what it was for women, but it was the exact same thing when you were searching things like Christmas gifts for women or holiday gifts for spouse or something like that.
Right. It's like
it was all the exact same crap from everyone.
Makeup bags.
Wooden beer openers. There was a lot of those too.
Yeah.
Makeup bags. Again, with the wooden trend, they had like the brush holders that were all like just holes drilled in wood. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
To each their own.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and screen share so I can show you some of these examples. I'm not going to be able to see your comments for a minute because we do not have our second monitor set up today.
Nope, not today.
Let's see. So what do we want? We want application window.
Yeah, it should be that one.
Let's see here. All right, you guys should see my YouTube screen for a minute. Can you see it? I guess we won't know, will we?
No.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the trends that we talked about earlier. Some of this navy and silver. I'm noticing it a lot on Pinterest. And if you guys want to explore any of these trends, just type in holiday, winter, or Christmas trends 2018, and you will probably find a lot more. I just stuck to the ones that I'm noticing consistently over and over and over again, okay? So we've got the navy and silver right here. Here's another example, and you can kind of scroll down and see how people pair these. If you see a trend that you are interested in, you can always scroll down and look at more examples of how that trend is used. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. Now, these kind of play into those neutrals that I'm talking about. You see some of that copper that I mentioned earlier. You see some burlap. There's a lot of these whites and neutral colors and beige. You can kind of see a little bit of gold. And natural furs, by the way, like faux fur, stockings and blankets and things are also trending. That's one of the things that I forgot to mention. So if you make anything out of fabric, go get yourself like a big roll of fake fur in this kind of wolfish color. And I'm noticing that a lot too. Here's another example. Once again, we've just kind of got some of these neutral colors, very simple, more fur, little bit of wicker kind of thrown in there. Once again, we've got some more burlap on this tree. We've got some tin bell ornaments and some little twig stars. So these are all pretty consistent. Here's a little bit more of that more clean look with those subtle greens and whites, which this doesn't really scream Christmassy to me, but I'm sure that since it's trending, a million people are going to be doing it this holiday. Once again, here's some in packaging. If you decide to change up your packaging for the holidays, you might want to consider that all of these neutral colors are trending and these subtle greens. Here's another darker Christmas theme. I'm noticing a lot of coppers and really dark browns incorporated this year. You can kind of see this velvet pillow back here falling into that theme. Here's a little bit of that velvet that I talked about. We've got a gold sequin pillow and a very, very 70s velvet, almost caramel colored couch. Now, here's where I was talking about those coppers and teals are trending. So personally, I think that this is a weird color combination, but I'm starting to see it everywhere. So there's copper foil, island indigo is the color of that green, white, chocolate chip, and a sand color. But then you scroll through and you see a lot more examples using almost that exact same indigo color, that indigo and gold and copper. Here's another example right here of an entirely indigo themed like palette for, decor and home. Obviously, they already have an indigo wall, which probably helps a bit, but turn off your phone. All right, here's another example. These are almost the same tones, but dulled out a bit. We have a lighter shade of that blue and some grays, and still seeing a lot of that copperish color. This one, I just pulled this one out of the blue, and I couldn't really find a lot of other colors that supported this palette, but it was an interesting combination to me. We've got some really dark colors. We've got a burgundy tree, a really subtle green tree, and a black tree. And I thought that those three colors alone together looked really good, which is why I decided to open that one up. Now, here's all of the rose, pink, and white. So this is the color that I was talking about earlier. I'm seeing this rose, pink, and white everywhere. It's trending in clothing. It's trending in gifts. This was like a gift guide, but when you scroll through and you notice that nearly half of the items kind of have this rose pink palette. Here's another example. More of that rose pink and rose gold color. Lots and lots. We've got little wine glasses, tea kettles. And we have a Christmas tree done in some of those rose pinks. All of the gifts are in the rose pink. So that's a good indication that it's going to be a big color. Even though this says 2015, I have seen in Macy's that they do have very similar tree displays in this color palette. Next, this is the rainbow trees that I was talking about earlier. I'm seeing these all over the place. So you can kind of see how they're more gradient as opposed to just being all over. You can see a little wreath over here. Here's another example. of a rainbow tree. And here's one lit up, so you can kind of see how it all looks. Next up, this is the more tropical, kind of fun theme that I mentioned earlier, where I'm seeing the hot pinks, like a hot pink wreath. And there's some flamingos and teal and yellows and bright colors and unicorns. So that might be something to take note of, because I'm seeing that a lot at Target as well. And then the last one that I have for Pinterest, I'm seeing a lot of these glam holiday themes with a lot of gold and black. So that might also be something else to take note of. All right, so let's move on to Target, and then I'll get to your questions. Just please keep in mind that if you're posting them, I can't see them at this very second, because I can only see what you guys are seeing. So if you type in Christmas on Target, even though they don't have it in like their trending, you can actually find it just by typing it in. Obviously, it says Christmas because I'm on the Christmas page, but I don't think that it's currently up right now. But they have their Wonder Shop available, where you can look at some of these themes in action. So we can see some of the tropical bright cactuses in their ornament packs. You can see some of those navy colors coming back. And then there's a little bit more of these traditional green and red cutesy ornaments, which we'll take a closer look at in just a minute. But I highly recommend going through, checking out some of the themes, going through some of the pages. And keep in mind, you don't have to create these products. Just take note of the things that you're noticing over and over and over again that Target's doing, okay?
Yeah, Target knows what's up.
Target is always ahead of the game. So once again, we're seeing those neutral color palettes in this Birchwood Bay collection. Let me go ahead and open that up and see what they've got. So you can open up each of these themes and look at the style of some of the products that they're selling. So we see a lot of neutrals, whites, greens, very minimalist. There's that tin that I mentioned earlier. Here's some of those chubby birds. I've got some
one on the left with the little hat.
I'll show you some more example. Oh, look, there's more little, I like this one. There's more chubby birds. Chubby birds are all over the place. Oh, and gnomes. I forgot to mention gnomes when I went over like all the different ones, but I'm noticing gnomes with their little hats pulled over their faces. They're all over the place too. All right, so let me go ahead and close out and go back here. Let's go to the next page. This is more of the traditional Christmas. These trucks have, I mentioned them in our fall trends with like pumpkins stacked in the back. Obviously, the same trucks with Christmas trees are still big. More chubby birds. These little guys are in this red color palette. You can kind of go through and see that these are more just traditional vintage. We've got that fur again. I'm starting to see a lot of cable knit. I just noticed. That's something that I didn't take note of until a second scroll through. More little gnomes with little hats, cute little woodland creatures. So this is more of the usual, what you would expect. There's some of those plaid. These are bears, but
fat bears with no necks.
Fat little bears. All right. And once again, feel free to just go through, click through some of these retro holiday. Oh man, my grandma had one of these trees. Did anybody have one of these? Did you have one of these when you were a kid?
Those, yeah.
And I remember being a kid and pulling these little plastic ornaments out of it. Oh, that looks exactly like the one that we had. That's crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our next page of things that I've saved.
Birds.
More little fat birds. Here's what they look like.
I like the ones where you can barely see your face, like the furthest on the left there.
Where they're like peeking. Here's another example of little fat birds in ugly Christmas sweaters.
See, this is why I want a bird, because I would totally dress a bird up like that.
A bird would not leave an outfit like that on.
There's that guy that dresses his bird up in all kinds of stuff.
Friends with birds. Do your birds wear outfits? Will your birds wear an outfit? I like this one. I like his hat. All right. And then I went ahead and, pulled up some of the llamas, or not llamas. Oh my goodness. Some of the unicorns. Llamas are next. Some of the unicorns. And you can kind of see that they're not necessarily like holiday themed. They're just normal little cute sequin covered unicorns. Scrolling up, these are some of the little traditional looking wooden llamas, but then they stuck antlers on some of them. So they look more like reindeer, but super cute. Cactuses, these are all kind of knit crochet. So for those who knit and crochet, this might be a cool idea for the holidays to make little handmade ornaments. That's a really small stitch though. So that might take some time. And then whoever took this photo needs to take a lesson from Starla Moore on how to take and edit their photos using iPicky.com, which if you're not familiar with my iPicky training series, you can find an entire playlist on my channel, which will teach you how to take good photos that don't look like this. It's so blurry, but we can see all these cute little mermaids, and they are also wearing sequined outfits. Once again, they're not necessarily in Christmas outfits or anything. They're just cute.
That
They're just
photo
normal.
is so bad.
I know.
It's like they got to the end of it and they're like, crap, we forgot one. And just snapped it.
I know. Some of them are like that because look how cute.
Look at that gingerbread right in the middle there compared to all their other pictures that they have. What is that?
Photo mistakes. Photo mistakes. What are you doing, Target? All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop screen sharing.
Drag it to the bottom left.
Drag it to the bottom left.
All the way.
All the way.
There you go.
All right. And then click that. And then stop screen sharing. And then, okay.
And then there we are. Hello.
All right.
Okay.
Now, find questions. That is it for our winter trends video. If you're not interested in questions, see you later. Thanks for hanging out. If you are interested in hearing questions or you want to ask us some questions, post those below.
What about galaxies and star constellations?
Those are always big. That's another one of those that hasn't faded, and I didn't want to bring it back up again because
being a nerd isn't a bad thing anymore, so that stuff's always going to be popular.
Most of the trends that weren't fall specific from our fall trends video are still trending through winter. So if you need like gift ideas that aren't, that don't pertain to the holiday, go back to the fall trends video because most of those themes are still trending.
And I think this was in reference to all the engraved stuff. There's one supplier that all the laser engraved people use, and all photos are the same too. Yeah, I noticed that where the majority of them were the literal exact same picture. Even shops that had like tens of thousands of sales, they were using the same crap, and I hate that. Let's see here,
dark blue and silver work great for Hanukkah.
Let's see. Almost all our blankets have faux fur.
Yeah, and that's big. Like that faux fur, blankets.
At the very least, it'll save you some hate.
Oh yeah, and if you put if you put in the listing like eco-friendly, faux fur, people
naturally acquire.
Yeah,
if it's not faux.
Copper and teal is really, really pretty with jewelry. Yeah, that's one of those trends. Like you don't think you see it in decor, but you can run with that. You can apply it to anything. You could put it on anything.
Can you share your Pinterest board with us?
That
which of the thousands of Pinterest boards?
That board is private because I use my Pinterest for business. My Pinterest account is Art by Starla Moore because I use it for my keys. So you won't be able to access any of my holiday boards. I keep those private because, they don't really pertain to my niche. I follow Renee Christine. Well, I somewhat follow Renee Christine's Pinterest Academy strategy, but I also do my own thing with it a little bit because I like experimenting. I always try to do new things. So
people saying that their birds absolutely will not let them dress them up. I've seen people do it though, is what I'm saying. There's one guy on the internet that, or it might be a lady, I don't know, dresses up the bird super cute, and the bird just goes along with it.
We've got
it's
cats.
Just see, the thing is you're so bad at what you do. Like, it's not funny. If you would have made it funny, I would have been totally for it.
Yeah. Like,
your grammar's bad. Like, you suck. You suck. You're horrible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide you.
All right.
There you go. Anyway, now the troll is gone. Let's see here. Luckily, as my target audience is nerds.
Yes. Ours too.
I crochet accessories. What do you think of wine bottle carriers and holders like a gift sack? Anything wine related is always going to go good during the holidays for sure. Troller or succulents still a trend.
Yes, and I actually saw cactus and succulent themed ornaments.
Thinking kids blankets, is Fortnite still huge? Yeah, Fortnite's going to be big for the foreseeable future. I'd say probably the next year.
Yeah,
I'd just be super, super careful with that because they are very lawsuit friendly. They've already sued some cheaters. So just be careful with that. Blue and silver, Chrismica.
Chrismica.
Can we use Fortnite on Etsy? I can't comment on that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that stuff
Probably
works with video
not.
games. Probably not. Most video game makers have their like terms and conditions for the game on their site. So if you go, and I think theirs is Unreal, so you just have to check with them.
Yeah, when I first started my Etsy shop, before I knew anything about anything, I made a key that was I just called it like Skyrim inspired key, and it just had a dragon on it. But just because I used the words,
Oh, it's like instantly.
yeah, like Bethesda, and that was in 2012
or 13.
or 13, like right when I started my shop, and I was just a teenager with no idea what they were doing. And I don't think that it's still, because right now, like my records, I don't think that I have any like copyright strikes, but that one really scared me because I just didn't know. And then when I looked through and looked at like the major companies that are hitting Etsy shops for, I think I don't know if we did a video about it, but I think that we mentioned it at some point in a post. I think I was talking to somebody, and it's like, if you do anything Bethesda themed or Nintendo,
don't even attempt Nintendo.
They will get you. Like Nintendo goes after people.
You can't even post like reviews of Nintendo games on YouTube. That's why they're so hard to find. Yeah. You say anything negative, they copyright strike you immediately, even if it's fair use. Yep. And they get away with it.
So stay away from
their lawyers are good.
Stay away from like themes. Like stick to safe themes.
Now I will say, I believe Fortnite, they allowed their assets to be used by anyone. Like they're just freely publicly available. I may be thinking of a different game, but I'm pretty sure they are, so you might be okay. And they said Disney as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But just stay
away from the superpowers in any given industry.
Yeah. All right. So moving on.
We don't really have a whole lot else. Thanks for putting your awesome iPicky training to work today. Even got my son to help. Thanks for sharing us your tips as always.
Awesome.
A lot of stuff about Undertale, because you're allowed to use Undertale for the assets. Most birds would not agree, even be freaked out by it. Birds die. Yeah. I made jewelry inspired by Sons of Anarchy, and Fox sent me an email, and Etsy took down the stuff. The lawyer at Fox said, just don't use Sons of Anarchy in my title. Yeah.
We actually
my son-in-law posts videos of his dirt bike adventures and used Nintendo music, and they were on him in an instant. Yeah.
We actually have an alpha right now, and I won't mention her name because I don't know if she wants to be mentioned. She's an academy student, and she actually had The Walking Dead wants to sell one of her products in her web store. So that just kind of shows you like how like making contact with companies, like cool things can happen. It never hurts to ask and say like, hey, I have an idea for this product. Because some companies like will dig it, especially if you could create products for their web stores. And obviously that would be off of Etsy. But when it comes to companies like Nintendo and things like that, just there's no point in even trying.
Somebody said with character names, I see that you can't use it with your product name. What about using it as a tag for your search term? No, because you're still monetizing on something that isn't yours.
Yeah.
I'm hearing it's fine. They found me and I never used The Walking Dead in my title or tags.
Yeah.
That was the person.
Yeah, and hers wasn't like walking. What you called it? The crawling dead, like the onesies, or I know onesies you can't say either because onesies is trademarked, but But anyway,
any questions? We got any actual questions? Mostly comments.
This was like a short Q&A.
I'm fine with it because I got to clean the house and I'm gonna go fly my drone. So
just don't use copyright images. Exactly.
If you want to sell them, the terms are also forbidden. Your ad will be taken down. I wanted to ask for a license to make stuff, but I didn't dare send an email because I'm scared to be laughed off for my small numbers. I mean, it never hurts to try. The worst that can happen is a no.
Yeah.
So I mean, just do it.
Right. Don't feel bad about
it.
Don't feel bad about getting rejected. Something cool could happen. Just ask. Like
what about the NFL?
No.
Yeah.
No. No sports. Don't think of your own, think of your own cool ideas. If you want to do like just football and I think that
sports ball
and I think that you could probably do like colors, like a team color, just not
Just
mention the
name it
team.
like oval sports ball, green and gold color.
Oval sports ball, green and gold color. Your SEO is on point.
That's right. I want to make a gamer girl or gamer doll girl using patterns from Nintendo buttons. Would that be a problem?
Yeah.
It's just a plus sign and 2 red buttons. So no, they can't, because
Okay.
they're not the only people that have ever done that. Just you need to make it look as far from the real thing as possible, because a lot of people get away with Nintendo stuff, but getting away with something still isn't on the legal end of things. So
Yeah. Are there any Christmas or holiday keywords we should add into our titles?
NFL equals no effing license. Yeah, I've seen stuff with that where people are able to make like the jerseys and stuff and they can't do anything about it, but we're not law professionals. So
Law professionals.
Yes.
Law professionals.
Legal, whatever. Screw you.
All right. Are there any Christmas or holiday keywords we should add to our titles? You can, if you aren't making like the single descriptive sentence as your keyword, which Etsy is encouraging that we use a long sentence, but please keep in mind that it's not due to a ranking thing. It's because they don't want you to keyword stuff and they want that title to look clean, which is why they also give tips about dividing out those keywords with punctuation. That way, if you decide that you want to try to hit multiple keywords, you can. So in terms of that, you can always throw in like a Christmas gifts for women or Christmas gifts for men. Just make sure that you do your keyword research. Use etsyrank.com. Do a little bit of research. Make sure that those are actual keywords that are being searched. But make sure, here's the big thing. Do not change your attributes, which are, the categories with the drop-down menus when you list an item. Don't go in and switch all of your products to Christmas. Because if they're not actually holiday themed, like that's misleading. What they want are actual holiday decorations and products. So if you just make normal, plushies and you list them under holiday decorations, people are shoppers might get aggravated that they're looking for holiday decorations and instead they get something that's totally unrelated. So don't go through and change all your categories. But if you're doing gifts, you can totally add in some holiday themed keywords. Just make sure that you switch them back after the holidays.
You have a carousel banner video here, right?
Not yet. I actually just made my carousel banner. So I'm going to be making a video pretty soon. We've got a lot on our plate getting ready for the event on the 28th. And we have our unboxing video that we just got the funny stuff that we're going to be using for that video.
We're recording that in the next couple days or so.
Yeah, because our anniversary is this week. We're going out this weekend to be.
We're going to go somewhere and get turned up.
Probably get massages and eat food.
And then drink and totally revert everything that the massage just did.
We don't drink. We only drink.
We don't. Like 2 drinks is going to put us out.
It's our anniversary, though. Aren't you supposed to drink on your anniversary? I don't drink, but
exactly.
I'm gonna.
Have you noticed more unique advent calendars in the past few years? Thoughts?
Of course, and advent calendars will always be big.
Yeah, you can do literally whatever you want, and there will probably be somebody out there for it.
I saw a wine advent calendar where you reach in and you pull out like a little wine sample. Advent calendars will always be big.
Let's see.
I want to start the Oval Sports Ball League now. We are not into sports at all. Not even a little bit. If you put
and my new hobby isn't really a sport.
No,
per
it's
se.
not.
I mean, there are $1 million pots for.
It's not a sport.
Drone racing.
It's not a sport.
Didn't Etsy just change to shorter titles? Is better.
It's not that it's yes and no. They want them to be more readable. So it's not that you're going to rank any better. The algorithm itself, as far as I know, hasn't actually changed at all. They're just trying to get people to clean up their messy, nasty, keyword stuffed titles that have no division of those keywords and that are not reader friendly. However,
eBay Chinese seller titles.
Exactly.
It's what they're trying to get rid of.
So yes, you can change your titles to be shorter and more precise, but you do not have to, because they have also given their strategy for like adding in multiple keywords. They say just make sure that you divide them with some type of punctuation. So, and I still do it the old school way. I still do my keyword, or I have a title, you know, a reader friendly title for a product like Dragon Lovers Skeleton Key Necklace Set. And then I add a /, and then I will put key to my heart necklace and then a /. So as long as you're dividing them out for now, it still works. It's still fine. I'm still making, you know, that's still working for me and my alphas in Handmade Alpha Academy.
So you don't use Christmas attribute if your product makes a great gift?
No, you do not. If it's giftable, then no. It has to actually be Christmas themed, because that Christmas means that it is a Christmas item. So don't tag it under Christmas unless it is like a actual Christmas item, not a gift.
I don't like alcohol. I prefer hot cocoa. Yeah, but hot cocoa won't make you make really stupid decisions, and that's the fun part of alcohol. So.
See, this is the thing. We don't drink at all ever.
Mm-mm.
So I'm probably going to have one, and then I'm going to babysit him.
Yeah, and a lot of people are asking which anniversary. It's our 8-year anniversary, and it's on the 16th. We're celebrating it a couple days early, though.
Yeah,
because
it's
we have a kiddo.
Our 8-year wedding anniversary, and we've been together for 9 years. In February, we got married like right after we got together.
Like 6 months.
Yeah.
Can you separate your titles with the tilde symbol?
I don't think it really matters. Personally, I think that
Tilde's not punctuation, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's supposed to be a form of punctuation or a line break, like one of the straight up lines.
Or a //
So maybe.
We have no way to confirm that.
No. We'll get with Anthony and see if he knows anything.
I make stupid decisions without alcohol.
Yeah, so do I, though. But that's why you drink the alcohol, because then you don't care that you're making a stupid decision.
See,
so
people are going
go all out.
This is
the opposite of a motivational speech.
People think that are going to think that you're an alcoholic.
I'm not. I drink
once a year, twice.
Well, I mean, I have like a glass of whiskey like once a week for my health, but it's literally just like whiskey on ice.
You don't even do it once a week.
Yes, I do.
You got your subscription box, and
I've had one once a week since.
Oh,
thank you. Yes, I sure have.
When,
lady?
When are you drinking?
All the time. Anytime you see one of them little clay cups sitting around.
I've seen 2 of those.
And I've had it for 2 weeks.
So you've had 2 glasses of...
That's right. And I had one the week before. I'm doing it for my health. Plus 1 shot of whiskey doesn't get me drunk anyway. Any stocking stuff or trends?
Any of the items that we've kind of talked about could be applied to stocking stuffers, you know? So jewelry in any of the themes. You have to apply these to your product. You know what I mean?
The 16th is my birthday. Congrats to you all.
Wait.
That's why we got married, because it was your birthday.
50th birthday.
No.
Oh, Joseph isn't 50. Oh, there's a lot of people. Emma says it's 50th birthday on Monday.
Not a tiara, damn. What? Love the tiara. Happy anniversary.
What?
She said not a tiara, small phone screen.
Ah.
I have the occasional gin for my health. Gin is gross. Yeah. Stop. That's bad for you.
Stinks too. I don't like the smell of it. My hubby has a shot a day for his blood sugar.
Mm-hmm. It's good for you. I signed up for Flaviar, and they send me a bottle of whiskey every month.
Not a bottle, like little, like
that's the first month. They send you a bottle every month.
He does like whiskey tastings. He used to do cigar, like different cigars, and I'm so glad he stopped doing that because they stopped.
Oh, they were so good though.
All right, so since it doesn't look like we have a lot of questions, we want to real quickly before we get off, I want to tell you about the channel that we're planning on doing. Does anybody know? And I'm going to ask. I want to do like a little quiz, and this is not going where you think it's going to be going at first, so don't take us seriously. Does anybody know what ASMR stands for? ASMR. And does anybody legitimately use ASMR? Does anybody know? You have to look up what it stands for, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know what it stands for.
ASMR. Type it in the comments without Googling it if you know what ASMR stands for. And let me know if you actually legitimately use ASMR. We don't.
We don't.
We don't. We're not.
It makes me cringe super hard.
But let us know. No and no. Yes.
As in, like, I don't like the sounds. Not because it's cringy. but because the sounds legitimately make me uncomfortable.
I don't use it. If I change my packaging to match one of the themes, will that confuse my customers for branding purposes? You don't have to change your packaging. That's like totally optional. I'm not changing mine. Mine's staying the same.
So we've had a couple responses. It's autonomous sensory meridian response.
So basically there are people out there who really relax, or they get that kind of that tingly, like when you listen to a good song and the hair on the back of your neck raises and you just feel good. People get that response from hearing.
Some people like it. I hate it.
From hearing people talking into microphones. So if you look up ASMR, you'll get a million like people eating like into their microphones and just, but people listen to it to like relax. It doesn't really do any, like, I don't get it. I don't personally get it. Yeah, the sounds make me want to crawl out of my skin. And I like it. So I think that it's a physical response that some people have and some people don't. For example, you know that
a lot of people saying it makes them cringe, gives them anxiety. Yeah. Exactly. I don't understand it, but we're gonna. So,
and for me, I get that same feeling. For example, this tickles him, but that when you barely touch the skin and it gives you goosebumps, that's like my favorite feeling like in the world. I'll sit like while I'm working and I'll just run my finger across my arms and give myself goosebumps because I like that feeling. And I assume it's the same for those who say that you like it. I think it's just a different mental connection that some people must have and some people must not. But what we're going to do is we want to start an ASMR channel, but we're going to make it like, for those who don't know us and they just stumble across us, it's going to be really funny. He wants to do one where like he's sitting in front of the camera and he reaches into a jar of mayonnaise and just like starts like
kneading it into the beer
right up into the microphone. And I thought that a funny one would be, I want to take like a mozzarella cheese stick and put it into an old chapstick tube. And I want to sit up to the camera and pretend that I'm like putting it on, but then I'm just gonna bite it and just stare into the camera the whole time and just make people who stumble across.
We come up with like 10 stupid ideas last night, so that's probably gonna be our second channel.
It's gonna
if we get that up and going.
We're just doing it to troll. That way, someone who's legitimately looking for ASMR will stumble across us and be like, "What did I just watch?" So that's our hilarious idea. Having my hairbrush gives me ASMR.
I'm eating right now. Come on, man. I'm sorry. And somebody said that they like binaural beats more. I love binaural beats. I love it. I use it when I study. I use it when I read. I love it. It's great if you can't sleep. Some people straight up trip out, like acid trip on binaural beats.
That's so weird. It's weird.
It's pretty cool.
Is that a trend? ASMR? It's been popular it's really trendy right now, which is why we thought it would be really funny.
I feel like it's one of those things that people say that they're into to make other people uncomfortable. I don't feel like anybody legitimately likes it because everyone that I know says that it sets off their cringe real hard.
There was a lot of people who said that they liked it.
They're lying.
They're lying. I think it's just
getting your hair washed at the hairdressers.
Yeah, that's like the same feelings, like, you know, just that kind of like goosebumpy feeling. But But I want to do it just to be funny. And they're not all going to be gross. Some of them are just going to be weird.
Stupid.
Yeah.
They'll range from stupid to gross. So that'll be the scale.
Yeah. My goal is for there to be someone seriously looking for an ASMR video to accidentally click on one of ours and leave completely just confused about what they just watched. That is my goal. It's not going to be related to the Handmade Alphas. It's just going to be floating out there. I might not even mention it to you guys. You guys can just accidentally find it on your own.
We haven't come up with a name. It's literally in its like early stages.
We just thought of it last night.
We're working on getting like lighting for down here and stuff. So we want it to look like super professional, but gross. My
ex legitimately likes ASMR videos. He's an actual psychopath. Now that doesn't mean that all people who like ASMR are psychopaths. He's like,
yeah, it does. There's somebody earlier, Shay.
What would Shay say?
Shay, that she's been using it for 7 years.
7 years? That's so weird. It's just something, it's something in your brain, like some type of mental connection that you have that I think other people just don't have, and it's very common. Like
Please don't do the mouth sound. It's going to be probably mostly mouth sounds, to be honest with you,
because those are the grossest.
Like eating stuff like a lot of people do crunchy foods like celery and pickles and stuff like that. I want to do stuff like tapioca pudding and like dry salmon, like smoked salmon.
I said it would be funny to do like chicken wing, but just bite the whole chicken wing with the bone, like just bite it.
Break through the bone and everything.
Or a banana, like just bite the whole banana with the peel.
So basically fetish videos. Yeah, just without the nudity.
They're not.
Pretty much.
I mean, I'm sure that there's some weirdos who watch them for nasty purposes.
Do you listen with headphones on? You actually are pretty much required to do so to get the full effect.
Right.
Same with binaural beats, because you don't want the outside sounds. You want to be isolated to the noise. So you get like the silence from your headphones. You just get like the hiss. Yeah.
I'm sure someone loves it.
I'm sure. Yeah, there's something out there for everybody, I guess.
We just want to do something
I'm not doing it because we like it. We're doing it because it's stupid.
It's not stupid if you like it.
It's stupid.
It's not stupid if you like it and it helps you. It's just it doesn't work for us. We don't get the same response. But I think it's going to be funny. And I don't know when we're going to do it.
How do you guys get your confidence on camera?
Nobody's born confident on camera. No. And if you go to my very first videos, you will notice it is completely different. The only way to get more confident on camera is to be on camera more.
Just do it.
Our videos now are so much better than they used to be. You should go to our very first video called, I think it was called Tech Tips or Tech Friday, something like that. And it was the very first video that he was in.
Yeah. And to be honest, it's not really for me, it wasn't really a confidence thing. It's the not knowing how to like put yourself on
gesticulate.
Camera. Not knowing like
where to look,
the posture, where to look, all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, my military job was mostly public speaking. I've been a performing musician my whole life. Like being in front of people is not an issue for me.
But it's different when you have to consider that you guys are looking at us, but what we're looking at is a little black camera. Like we have to make eye contact with a little black camera for sometimes up to 2 hours when we're streaming. And we get a lot of hate in the comments where people will say, look at the camera. But when you stream for 2 hours, it is really hard to stare directly into a camera. And I
just don't care about that. I know that that's one of those things that people say, like, you got to look into the camera. That doesn't bother me that much. I don't really care about what you're supposed to do.
And
it's comfortable.
Another thing that I've noticed really helps my audience for those who ever decide to go like live, I can't see if I'm not looking through my glasses like this. And most of the time you guys see me looking like this. I can't see the camera. But what you guys can see are the whites of my eyes. And what that does is it forms that connection from me to you because you feel like I'm looking directly at you, when in reality, what I'm seeing is a blurry camera. But I've put myself into the habit of always looking over my glasses so you can see my eyes and, the whites of my eyes. So we can make that connection, even though in reality, it would look like this.
And all I did to change things for me to make it look like I'm looking anywhere in your general direction is I just put me right underneath the camera. So
he stares at himself.
Yep, I do. I stare at myself.
He stares at himself. That's why he's always like.
See, the thing is, if you're uncomfortable staring at yourself, there's an image issue there. So work on it.
I love staring at myself.
You should. And doing that, you also know if you have something like on your face or if you look stupid, like it's great. Like if my beard does this thing where it does like the split butt cheek beard,
the little horns.
Where it does this thing. Likes to do that every once in a while.
Oh man, are there any other questions? Are we done?
Yeah.
Are you guys playing one now really low to subliminally to us? No,
but people have done that in music before, where they'll play like a really low frequency that you can't hear throughout the whole song, to like during like soft songs and stuff to put you to sleep. I
have a secret pitch that's whispering over and over. Enroll in the Handmade Alpha Academy in December.
I know a really popular one. They take the knife and they rub it against the beard.
Ooh, I don't like that.
I have a knife. I can do that.
No, I don't.
Fetish mostly. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. I'm still too scared to go on camera. I had a commercial filmed at my booth last month and I was supposed to be in it. Failed. It was so embarrassing. It takes time.
The thing is, it's when it comes to cameras, you just have to treat it for what it is. I like having you guys in the chat. It helps me a lot more because I know that I'm actually talking to people. Filming by myself is hard.
It's a lot more awkward. It's significantly more awkward.
When we recorded Couples Camp, which is a bonus.
We can't even put the bloopers in there for that because I was cursing so much.
Yeah, when we
I'd
were
mess up my
Couples
lines.
Couples Camp is a bonus that is in our bonuses vault in the Handmade Alpha Academy, where we teach our alphas how to balance life with their handmade business. It's meant for couples to watch together. That way they can actually learn how to collaborate schedules, who's going to do dishes, who's going to take care of the kids, how are we going to meet family goals and savings goals, things like that. But we recorded it together. And we just sound so awkward because me recording with somebody was weird, first of all, because I'm normally alone when I record. And he's never recorded before. Just
not with my face. It's always just been music. So
I want to re-record it someday. Like the content is good and everyone likes it, but it's funny to watch.
We did have a couple small things here. Magically Eclectic. I'm working on my holiday ornaments, but I'm having trouble deciding the bundle size. I'd like to offer more than 1 to 4. They did get a few suggestions, 6, 9, 12, sets of 12. Most sets are in 6, 12, 18, and 24.
I think it depends on how much time you put in it, because the really intricate ornament sets, like the needle felt animals that I'm noticing,
like 2 to 3.
They're 4. They're on Target. 4, yeah, on Target, like the cute little birds and things. You guys saw them. Those all came in sets of 4. So if they're very intricate sets of 4, then people can buy 2 sets. If they want 8 of them, they're more likely to buy more. But if you want to have a more expensive package, I would say keep the packages small, because someone might not want a whole bunch of them. They might just want a few to accent. And then if they want more, they'll buy more from you.
All right. And then can we still sign up for Bitchcraft, Cleveland, Ohio here? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, the link is down below. So real quick, for those who joined us late, I will be presenting 2 live presentations at Bitchcraft Festival. Also, it's also circulating as Crafty Witch Festival. They're the exact same. The event coordinator had to change the name because Facebook wouldn't let her promote it with the original name. But it is a Halloween little vendors fair type event, but I will have my own room there where I'll be speaking to you guys. We plan to do a live Etsy themed Q&A, but I will be doing 2 presentations. They are different at 2 different times, and both are motivational. Those presentations are included with your $15 ticket price. Link to buy tickets is down below. And 2 lucky alphas, will be taking home Handmade Alpha Academy scholarships, which value at $2,000 each. So 2 people will be winning these.
Will you be doing one-on-one critiques and advice of shops in Alpha Academy?
You don't need those one-on-one. I'm there. If you ever need me, I am an email away and I message back within 24 hours. But what Handmade Alpha Academy does is it walks you through the process of starting your Etsy shop, start to finish. And even if you already have an Etsy shop, what it's going to do is take you back
to basics, yo.
To fix the things that you may not have done when you first opened. So no matter what stage of business, I mean, we have Paula Haas from Clean and Dirty Skincare in Handmade Alpha Academy, and she was almost to 6 figures. And she joined Handmade Alpha Academy simply to brush up so she could make it to that 6-figure mark. I mean, she had employees. So it doesn't really matter where you are in business. We start from the basics, and as you go through each module and complete the action steps, things fall into place on their own. And then if you need opinions on something, we have the Handmade Alpha Academy Student Campus, which is a Facebook group specifically for Handmade Alpha Academy students to talk to other students. If you want to ask all of the Alpha grads, hey, what looks better? This Etsy banner or this Etsy banner, or what looks better, this logo or this logo. That's what the group is for. And if you guys are interested, I know that I don't want to talk too much about Handmade Alpha Academy right now because it doesn't open until December. But if you guys want to see the work that some of our students have put in the last few months since Handmade Alpha Academy has been up and running for our class of 2018, go to handmadealphaacademy.com and look down on the page. Just scroll down and you'll see our alphas of the quarter, which are like our all-stars. And you can kind of look at their shops and see what they have built and the success that they have found with Handmade Alpha Academy. We've got quite a few alphas in there. Some of them are here today. Alphas who are in Handmade Alpha Academy, you guys are free to say whatever you want about it. I don't think any of you hate it, but feel free to type in the comments if you have any opinions that you would like to share. But we're going to go ahead and move on.
Yeah, we'll get through these last few questions. Do you have any trainings on package inserts?
I do have a video called How I Package my Etsy orders, which does talk about my inserts a little bit. But I'm not sure if I actually have a video. I can't remember. We're getting to the point where we've got so many videos. I know I cover it in Handmade Alpha Academy, like in depth, but I don't know. I would watch the video, How I Package my Etsy orders from last year. And my packaging has actually changed a little bit since then, but you can get an idea of the inserts that I include.
How do you release bundles? Is there something special you do? We don't really do bundles.
How do we release bundles? Or are you asking how you can release bundles? Because all you have to do is combine products that go well together. You know, we actually did a Q&A a few weeks ago called, I think, what was it called?
Yeah, good luck. A tiny little screen.
I don't remember.
Don't leave that. I don't want to lose my chat. Leave that screen up.
I don't remember what it was called. It was from a few weeks ago called like how to make even more holiday sales. The thumbnail is me holding like a little burlap Santa bag and looking at it like that. So go back and watch that video and we talk about bundles.
People asking about the video. Yeah, it should be. Is the video free or on Paid Alpha Academy? The inserts video. It's on YouTube.
The one that I just mentioned, yeah, that one's on YouTube. How often does enrollment for Handmade Alphas open? When is the next class if you enroll for December? It's not class times that you get instant access. It's already there.
It's pre-recorded material.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can just come to me if you have questions about it. But we open twice a year. Right now, we're probably going to move it to once a year later. But right now, it opens twice a year. Once in December for 10 days. I think we're going to open it around the 1st. We don't have an exact date yet, but we're thinking around the 1st for 10 days. Mm-hmm. And then we open again in the spring for 10 days. And
Not spring.
Or June. And if you're on the Handmade Alpha VIP list, which is linked down below, that is my email list. And only alphas on the VIP list get the big fat discount that I talked about previously. It is like a discount that will make your jaw drop. So make sure that you're on that email list.
At what times in the year do you do these fan mail unboxing videos? It's kind of random, usually depends. Holiday themed or the time of year or whatever. Yeah,
fan mail unboxings, we just do it when we have enough packages to justify doing an unboxing video. And right now we already have all products for the fall unboxing. We're going to be recording that this week for Halloween because they do take more time to edit than any other videos that I make. So we'll be doing our fall unboxing. This is the end of fall products. Please don't send us any more. Because our next unboxing will be our holiday, Christmas themed unboxing. So now is the time that if you want to send us something for a holiday unboxing, be sure to do that, by like, what would you say? Early December. That way we can actually do the giveaway.
I was reading comments. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Early December. So if you haven't sent us fall products, that ship is kind of sailed. So make sure that you do holiday or just general themed products for the next one.
I guess Handmade Alpha Academy is a bit overkill if I'm already in HTU.
No, we have
big misconception that we're trying to squash. We are absolutely nothing alike.
Right. Handmade Alpha Academy. Handmade Alpha Academy is specifically Etsy. Handmade Titan University is handmade marketing. HTU is a marketing course. It teaches you how to market your handmade business.
There will be pretty much no overlap in content
other than making an email list.
Right.
Because
that's pretty much it. There isn't a lot of overlap.
But we have, how many HA students who are here, how many of you are in HTU and Handmade Alpha Academy? We have a lot. We have Jacqueline, we have Diette, we have Mandy Maltz from Amanda's Designer Decals. Is that Mandy? Feel free to be mad at me. I can't remember what someone should yell at me. But we have some
long day already.
Yeah, we have some really, really big names in HTU who are in HAA.
Do you still do the thing where you surprise each other with the weirdest stuff you purchase on Etsy? I want to get back into that. It was kind of a pain because
We weren't
we don't
finding-
just want to own, or we don't just want to purchase stuff from like the US sellers. We want to do it, you know, everybody. And like one of the things that I ordered took like 6.5 weeks to get here because it came from like Eastern Europe.
And
like there's a lot of really cool, really weird stuff on Etsy. But for one, keeping it safe for YouTube is hard because it's real easy to get real weird real fast on Etsy, but most of it we can't put here. And for two, finding the stuff that we can put here in a constructive way and all, it's kind of a pain. So maybe.
Not to mention, those videos actually got less views than any of our other videos. So I was kind of getting the impression that you guys didn't like them. Yeah. So I decided that, you know,
maybe for a second channel we could do that, but.
Isn't HT closed now too? Yes. Handmade Titan University is closed.
See here. I don't know. I've issued. Do you still? If we already sent a box, can we send another one for holiday?
Yeah, just keep in mind that if you want it to be something for our giveaway, leave us a note that says it's for the giveaway. If you want it for us, like for our wall or, you know, the back wall where we're eventually going to have enough products to feature alpha themed items, we're going to get shelves. Most of the items we end up, they're not things that can be put on a wall like our shirts, or they go into the giveaway. So we don't have our shelves yet because we don't have any items to put on them. But if you want it to be for the wall, if it's for us, just make sure that you label it so we know what to do with it.
Sharon Crawford said, I want to send you a personal gift. Need your wolf logo. Shoot us an email.
At starla@handmadealphaacademy.com if you want the wolf logo.
And I can send you a PNG of it. Needed HA to get my butt in great.
Thank you, Ruth. Amanda's designer I couldn't decide if it was Mandy's designer decals or Amanda's designer decals.
Fire Queen. Only if you attend the Bitchcraft fair. I'm in Europe. There's no way to attend it. You know, airplanes are pretty cool.
No.
I'm just messing with you.
We don't know if we're going to be giving away more scholarships. And guys, I don't want you to feel like mad at us that we're giving away scholarships at this event. That was like a last minute decision. And I'm doing it, you know, because I want to, because people are making the effort to drive a long way and people are flying and people are driving across the country. So
we have to make it worth people's while.
Right.
Like we're not getting paid for this at all. Everything is coming out of our pocket.
Right.
And we got lucky enough to be invited to speak at the event.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do something special for, especially being one of our first public events.
It is our first public event, our very first event that we've ever, you know, that we'll be able to meet alphas.
Yeah, so we're pretty stoked. I'm
in HU and HAA. Yes, Jess. I needed HAA to get my button in great in gear. You mean? I'm assuming that was an autocorrect.
How do you add a gift wrapping option to your listings?
Now, you can do paid gift wrapping through Etsy. I don't know how to turn that on offhand. Someone in the comments, feel free to answer that for me. I do my gift wrapping included though. And I always have a picture of how that gift wrapping will look right in my Etsy listings. I think that paying extra for gift wrapping, unless it's something that's going to cost you a lot of money to do, I think that gift wrapping should just come by default. You could have like maybe a paid premium gift wrapping, but just wrapping something in some simple tissue paper is just nice. And you get really good reviews by doing that. So I don't charge for gift wrapping. Offhand, I don't know how to add that option with Etsy, but I'm sure you could Google it because I know that you can charge for it.
Can't wait till December. It's looking like I'll actually be able to enroll.
Yay! Good. Super excited for December.
That should be about it for this. I don't think we have any more questions. So
all right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us one last time. Make sure that you join the Handmade Alpha VIPs down below. That is my email list where I send all of my goodies. Every Friday, I give you an update when we're about to go live. And only VIP members will get the big fat top secret discount for Handmade Alpha Academy when it opens in December. Link number 2 that's down below is the Handmade Alpha Facebook community. This is a Facebook group where you can chat with over 6,000, man, we're getting big, over 6,000 handmade alphas in our community. There are 3 questions that you must answer honestly to join. Those questions will pop up right when you send the request to join. We will not approve you unless you promise in those questions that you will not advertise in our group. That's our one requirement, no advertising. And And our other admins in that group are Dolly and Lissa. You can find all of that information pinned to the announcements of the group. Handmade Alpha Academy opens in December. That's our other bit of news. And I will be at Bitchcraft Fair in Columbus, Ohio on October 28th, presenting 2 separate live presentations to make you happier. More motivated, and smarter about your own brain. Details on those presentations will be coming soon, and I'll be giving away 2 scholarships to the Handmade Alpha Academy, 1 per presentation. I will have times for those presentations very soon. I'm still sorting all of that out. So let's see. What's the topic for next week?
Don't know yet.
We think of the topics on Thursday night.
We sure do.
We do. We think of topics on Thursday night, right before the Q&A.
Unless there's something pre-planned, like if we have
an interview
or like some big update with Etsy or something like that. It's usually planned the day before. We're busy people.
I'm new and need HTU and HAA. Which would you recommend first if I can't afford it both at the same time? This is speaking from Renee Christine herself. She says that And we have a lot of people who started in HTU and went to HAA, and it worked out just fine. But what Renee Christine ultimately says is start somewhere, start soon. HAA is going to be opening first. So my ultimate recommendation is to get into the whichever one opens first and then jump on the next one. So if you want to take both, and this is going to be the same rule when HTU opens in the spring, I'm going to say the exact same thing. If you miss the December enrollment of Handmade Alpha Academy, enroll in HTU if you want to do that. Just start somewhere. It doesn't matter where you start. Just start somewhere, okay?
And they seem expensive, but just remember that you're investing in yourself either way.
Do you guys
to enroll in 2 courses? I mean, I know it seems expensive to do, multiple courses and things like that, but we spend astronomical amounts of money on learning resources, books, and courses and things like.
Here's the thing.
We spend a lot of money too. Trust us.
We had my biggest thing about investing is that your brain. And this is not just a marketing pitch. You can apply this to books. You can apply it to college. Don't just take this because I happen to be selling a course. Apply this to anything. Your brain is your biggest investment. You're going to have it longer than you have anything else, anything in your home, your car. Don't feel guilty, and don't let anyone make you feel guilty about investing in yourself, whether that be in courses, whether that be in college, whether that be just having enough time to sit quietly and read a book.
A gym membership, literally anything to better yourself.
Yeah, don't ever feel bad about investing in yourself. You are the one sure thing. You know what I mean? And if you have kids, that rubs off because they see you motivated. They see you taking action, and that's going to rub off on them someday. So that's like my 2 cents, not a marketing pitch. You do not have to buy my course, and I'm not pushing it on you, but apply it anywhere else in your life when it comes to investing in yourself. I'm 26 years old, and I would not be here today if I had spent my time drinking and partying with my friends in my 20s. But I spent all of that time investing in myself, and now we have, this awesome life.
Think about the future. Like, you can drink and party and have fun in your 20s, or you can invest in yourself in your 20s and drink and party in your 40s when you're retired. Super early. Not joking.
I can't retire in my 40s. I'm a work.
Because she doesn't want to.
I don't want to.
Oh, I am. I'm retiring like 40. Anyway.
I love my
And
alphas.
then somebody said, will there be a payment plan like HTU? 6 months, not a year. I don't even like doing the 6-month payment plans because people are dirty. But we will definitely not be doing yearly payment plans.
The reason that we can't, now keep in mind, guys, Renee Christine has been doing HTU for almost 4 years now, and she just now started offering yearly payment plans. It might be something that we think about later on, but we're just now, this is our 2nd public opening. So just keep that in mind. We do have payment plans. They're 6 months.
We should have PayPal for this one. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no promises.
You can use PayPal. We just have to invoice you, and it's a little bit more difficult.
It's more of a pain. I mean, like actually having a PayPal checkout system when we do it.
Because we do everything through Stripe, because Stripe is like the best for those who have their own websites. Yeah. Stripe is amazing.
And that's pretty much it. I think we can go ahead and cut it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Sorry about all that spiel at the end. I just wanted to make sure that we got to everybody's questions because I want to be as transparent as possible when it comes to our course. I don't want anybody to make like a decision that they're unsure about or uncertain about. And I don't want you to regret your decision later. So I would rather you be informed, which is why, why we have these talks. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Mark and I are going to go get our partay on for our anniversary. So if you want to follow our adventures, I might post some pictures in my Instagram stories. You can follow me on Instagram at Starla K, the letter K, more. And that is also down below in the video description. We will see you next Friday. Bye.
Goodbye.